Hi guys, it's Maaike today. I'm back with a do-it-yourself precision stenciling, I called it. This is what I made. I was trying to make plaid for a challenge, but I made Argyl print of sorts. And for it I used this diamond nesting set. This is not sneller, but any brand you have is good, of course. I was inspired by that card that I showed you. And I've used the third or the fourth one down. That's about 1.25 inches. And my card is 5.5 inches or 14 centimeters. And the die is 3 centimeters in case you're interested. And so is my stencil. At 14 centimeters, of course, it's easier to find the halfway points. That's why I did it 14 inches instead of 15 and 6x6. So, but you can do it any size that you want. Of course, I made it bigger because then I can cut it on a normal card panel if I want. I didn't finish them yet because once I was doing it, I thought, that's not plaid. So I never finished it or entered it. But I put lines with my Sharpie on halfway point, so I know how to position my die, and I die cut it off screen and made one hole in the middle. Now for the precision bit, I used the grid on my cutting mat and also the lines on the stencil. And they do fade a little bit with the ink blending, but you know, it's just Sharpie. You can do it again if you need to. And just make sure it's straight and positioned properly. See, you can see the black lines. They meet at the same white line on the mat. I did speed up the ink blending a little bit, but what I do is ink blend 2 or 3 colors, and I wanted purple and blue, and I started with blue. And I thought if I do the lightest one first and then you go over it with another color, you can see the other color behind it or through it, or because distress ink is transparent, of course. But the way I moved the stencil just sideways, like I did with the hexagons and the circles, it didn't really make an Argyl print. You see, I can see where I am on the grid line. And just to be sure, I make a little line so it's easier for you to see as well. But you have to, of course, erase it. And I want a little bit of overlap, so I'm counting the lines on the mat every time. And the same when I go up. And this was my first try, and I was thinking how I'm going to make it. So yeah, they didn't really turn out like Argyl, this one, but I still like it. I haven't used it yet because I don't know what to do it for. Maybe it will come up. It was for the mailroom challenges a while back, and I'll just keep it until opportunity rises again. Yeah, I don't know. I like making them. The precision stenciling is very calming if you have enough blending tools. I didn't want to corrupt the lighter ones with these really dark colors. And so I did clean off another one. You prefer to use the domes nowadays, the domed blending sponges, but I don't have enough yet. So once you've done one row, it's easier to do the others. I'm pretty sure I've seen sweaters, maybe Christmas sweaters looking like this. But this is my first row and I'm thinking, should I do another row? And I probably shouldn't have. And I'm starting with the color that is next to the one that's below it. So not the lightest, but the second one. And so they shift and you get more overlap. And I'm just not bothering with the squares on the cutting mat anymore. I'm just looking at the diamonds already ink blended, so I match those up as best as I can. You see in the corner, you can see if it's in the right spot. And it's probably not 100% precision. I can see the one in the middle looks a bit higher than the others, but it's fine. And I did speed this up really quite a lot, just because I don't want you to sit through it. But moving on to the second one is kind of the same, but I made it differently. So I still start in the middle. But instead of overlapping them, I'm just putting them next to each other. And also in different colors. And then I thought Argyl, I think is only 2 colors usually, and white, or white and a color. So I had to look it up. And I thought, oh, that doesn't look like Argyl at all. But I still like it, you know. Well, it doesn't matter. You can do it with any shape that you have, of course. I just wanted to try this. And I see I'm also trying to look at the colors. And I clean off the stencil when I go in with the lighter color, and there's the darker color on the stencil. So now to make it look like Argyl, I took my pen, white pen, and well, this I think doesn't come on Argyl, the straight lines, but I needed them for my reference points. Otherwise I had to measure the half point of every diamond, and I thought life is too short for that. So I just went through the half here and then the center there, and then I could do the diagonals by connecting the centers of the diamonds. And I think the Argyl print only goes through the center of each diamond, and not like this grid like I did. But yeah, as I said, it was my first try, and I like the results, and let's call it Argyl type. And you see, then I put one cross in and then the other way, and my paint pen was acting up a little bit. Yeah, I'm sorry if you can hear that. They've been tuning all day and I thought they were done and could do my voiceover, but I guess not. Here's my blue and white Argyl-like print diamond. It looks like a floor as well, like one of those tiled floors. And they're the same with purple. And again, I will speed it up a bit more so you can see that it's the same actually. So again, I tape it, and now I use a smaller card base. In the end, I want to cut them down to normal 4x6 inches. And I'm only using 2 colors now. Milled Lavender and Dusty Concord, I believe, if I remember correctly. But it doesn't matter, whatever you have. Okay, I'm just looking at the grid. First I do explain this in the video again, because I thought I would just leave the other 2 bits off. But, you know, I just speed it up a little bit, then it's still doable in 10 minutes or 12 minutes in my opinion. And you can skip it if you want, of course, as well. Here, instead of white, I went with gold pen, because I thought that would be nice and, you know, luxurious. You can see already here where I mentioned that my Sharpies will fade. That's half of it is gone already. But yeah, you can still see where you have to go. And with 2 colors it's easier, because you can just skip, see, and fill in the squares, the diamonds that you're missing. So that's much quicker, much less thinking as well, and measuring, and it still works the same. So as I said, instead of white, I'm using gold and a different ruler, because I think that was the problem with my white pen. And yeah, and I still did put them through the middle, which is not Argyl like, but yeah, you know, it wasn't anyway, so there you go. Well, that was so much. I hope you like it, and I will give you some ideas to look at your dies differently, and maybe you can make your own stencil like this. And I hope to see you again soon. So thank you for watching, and sorry about the drilling. I hope it's not too much. Bye!